Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Boner Factory Films' new hit TV series, Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors.
Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors, Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors, Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors, the heroes with a half-wit keyboard power. They're the world's most fearsome hashtag team.
Hashtag activism.
They need a safe place, got low self-esteem.
Hey, no fat shaming here.
When the clickbait attacks, they'll click the shit and share it back. They're Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors, Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors. BuzzFeed taught them to be outrage machines.
Harambe!
They'll say your race is just like Paula Deen.
I like your Pinterest, though.
They'll help you out with a click.
Retweet.
But if you don't take relaxation, you can suck a dick.
I'm busy.
They're Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors, Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors, Teenage Mutant Keyboard Warriors. When Maroon Ghostbusters fucking suck it. Titty fucker.
Indeed.
Delightful titty fucking. It is December 10th. You have little 2016, the worst year that's ever fucking existed on the planet. And we are the goddamn Good Old Gamers podcast. I'm Lyle McClendon, and I'm joined as always with my good buddy, companion in crime, fellow asshole, all that shit, Brandon Gentry.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Who you telling to go fuck themselves this week?
All of the above.
That's a good answer. We're back
If you can hear my voice, you need to go fuck yourself.
Okay, if by fucking myself it makes this weird noise like...
That's acceptable.
That's a top butthole.
Yeah. Also, fisting a jar of jelly works.
As long as you don't shove a jar of potatoes or jelly up your asshole,
yeah,
you'll be fine. Have you ever seen that video? Potatoes and jelly?
Yes.
We need to share that on our page for all of our listeners.
We want to be banned from everywhere.
Goddamn right, we rightfully should be. Hey, y'all. We're the Go Gamers podcast. We're back again with you this week.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row.
It's 2 in a row.
Record.
We're doing good for once. It's cool, though. I'm kind of glad to be back. I'm a little drunk this evening. I was actually sober last episode because I had a lot of shit I actually legitimately had to say. And this week, I don't have anything I legitimately have to say.
You have nothing to contribute.
So I just turned into a drunk, thoughtful piece of shit this week. I'm back to normality. So everything's good in the hood. How are you, Brendan?
I'm not bad. I submitted my very last piece of college work today.
That is amazing.
So I got a little bit of freedom.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You ready for the holidays? Are you excited about that shit? I'm ready for the fucking holidays to be over with, personally.
Yeah, I'm ready to stop working overtime just so I don't have to go in debt for Christmas.
Goddamn humbug. That's how I feel. I'm just like, you and your Christmas trees can all get fucked. Like, not cool. I'm just not feeling the holidays this year. I got my own reasoning. I'm sure everybody else knows my reasoning. Everybody's just like, listen, this depressed bastard. God damn it, I wish you had just ended this shit last week. We wouldn't have to hear this shit this week. But, fuck y'all.
Indeed.
But, for real, we're here to talk about video games. That's what we do. I think
we kind of went off the rails last week.
It's okay though, like going off the rails every once in a while, because there is more to life than video games, believe it or not. So I figured that may happen a little bit this week too, because I got a couple things I'd like to talk about later on.
Groovy.
But until then, we should I guess get started off as we always do with a little bit of news, possibly. So, what you got right off the bat? I got a couple things.
Super Mario Run, Nintendo's game on the iPhone, is online only because anti-piracy.
Did you see how much data they estimate that game to take per hour? They showed it on Jimmy Kimmel the other night.
I don't watch it. So.
Well, I mean, I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel, but I watched the clips later. They brought Super Mario Run out the other night for him to play. And it looks like your standard,
2D runner with Mario.
Yeah, it looks like a Wii Mario, like Super Mario Wii, graphic-wise.
New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it looks just like that, graphic-wise. And all this shit. And it showed Jimmy Kimmel play it and all this. And they were estimating 75 megabytes an hour to run that game.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Definitely be a while.
If you played
I'm hiccuping.
If you played it for like 10 minutes a day at the end of the month, you're going to have a lot of data gone. So
it better be a Wi-Fi game.
Well, I mean, if you turn your Wi-Fi on, it's going to take your Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But still,
it's only on iOS, so I can't play it. I know you can't play it. Yeah. I don't care to play it. I ain't going to buy
Apple bullshit.
They did bring out the Switch on Jimmy Kimmel the other night, though, with a playable copy of Breath of the Wild.
Oh, really?
But the only thing they done with the Breath of the Wild, on the demo video of Breath of the Wild where it shows Link roll the rock down on the fucking oh my god, this ain't good. 'Cause I'm a Zelda fan.
The thingamajig.
I can't think of the name of the enemies.
That's cool. I forgot Jeff's name Earthbound on one of the Earthbound episodes.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. It's the pig, not a Stalfo, but whatever the fucking pig enemy is.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name though.
Well, anyways, it's the same fucking thing from the main demo where Link rolls the rock down on top of the two. And they brought it out, and they're like, no, you can play Zelda Breath of the Wild. But it was only what they've shown on the videos. There wasn't anything different. But, I mean, they did show the Switch working, with a running demo of Breath of the Wild on it. And that was kind of cool.
Quotation working. Because
that's
the thing with tech demos is they can pretty much just have a fucking movie playing on that thing.
Yeah,
and make it look like that.
And I mean, it's fucking Jimmy Kimmel, or not Jimmy Kimmel, but god damn it, I can't remember anything. It's one of the Jimmys, the dude that does that.
Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Oh god,
it's Jimmy Fallon. So I mean, you can almost bet that shit's somewhat scripted.
Oh yeah,
I'm playing.
If it's on TV, it's been scripted 30 times over.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Speaking of the Switch, though, the Switch is going to have GameCube Virtual Console support. The first games they're going to have on that is Mario Sunshine, Luigi Mansion, and the big one, Smash Brothers Melee.
They really... I'm all cool with that Virtual Console shit, but man, they really just need to... I feel like on the fucking Switch, they need to axe that shit a little bit.
No, I think they need to make it more, but they need to make it to where if you buy it on a Nintendo console, you got it on all Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, I agree, because that's one thing I've complained real hard about owning a 3DS and a Wii U, and a fucking Wii, for that matter. Like, my Wii U, I have Mario Brothers 2 that I paid a separate fucking, $3 to $5 for. Have the same game on my 3DS, I had to pay that for. If you buy it once, it should be fucking cross-platform.
Yeah, and
hands down.
Do you know how much of a selling point it would be if I could buy all those games I want, and I know as long as I have Nintendo consoles, I can play those games.
Yeah,
and not have to keep getting
nickel
and
dime. I would pay more
for
the fact that I would pay, instead of paying $5, I'd pay $10 to be able to do that.
Yeah. I don't know what their issue. It's like they don't want to fully enter the 21st century on this kind of shit, but. Whatever.
It's that typical Nintendo shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, though, like, we are in full-blown fucking Nintendo craze right now, again.
Yeah.
Like we were in the late 80s, early 90s. Like, the NES Classic selling out everywhere right now. That shit's, like, completely gone. The strategy guides for that shit are completely sold out. And now, like, it's just, that shit, like we just said on Jimmy Fallon the other night and all that, like, people are all about fucking Nintendo again.
Yeah.
And that's
For
cool.
the meantime.
That's cool. Most of them that get into it will be out of it again.
Since Christmas is gone.
Yeah. But in a way, it kind of sucks, too, because if you're passionate about retro gaming and this hobby, that's just getting more people, possibly into it that weren't into it from the get-go.
Sucking up that supply.
Yeah.
Driving up that demand.
Yeah. Because, I don't know. I just kind of feel like most people, if somebody were to buy that NES Classic and just have full-on fucking nostalgia remembrance, they're going to end up at some point buying the original NES and then end up trying to buy the original 30 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's just going to...
Which I think that's going to be a very small fraction of the people who buy
Oh,
it.
yeah. It's not going... It's going to be a very niche market of an already niche market. You know? So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of them, but I'm not ready to beat somebody to death to get one because I already have a fucking NES and I already have all 30 games that's on that console.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
More Nintendo related. There are Zelda Breath of the Wild pocket watches for sale for $21 on shop. I think it's shopnesx.com. It ships April. They look pretty bad.
Pocket watches?
Yeah, pocket watches. They look pretty
cool.
badass. So for $21, I mean, if you're a big Zelda fan, they look good. So it looks like a good collectible.
I might check that out afterwards, like tonight. That actually sounds cool shit. It's weird you bring that up because I went to Walmart with my grandmother earlier and we were looking at watches.
Oh, that's shopncsx.com, not NES.
Shop NCXS?
NCSX.
NCSX.
Yep.
No cock sex. Shop nococksex.com.
There you go.
That's a good way to remember it.
There's that mnemonic device.
I seen the Xbox One finally has the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard demo out on it.
Groovy.
I've got it downloaded, but I haven't got to play it yet. And from what I've seen...
What a buttfucker.
Yeah, I know. What a asshole I am. So I got that Final Fantasy 15 Platinum demo downloaded too, and I have not played it yet.
You're probably not missing out on much.
I've actually heard from a couple people Final Fantasy 15 is actually pretty good. I heard it's like, the way my friend Kyle described it to me is Dark Souls with a Final Fantasy skin on it. And I can see that the way the combat set up kind of.
Well, so the combat looks good to me. My issue is with the story, which is like the number one reason to play a Final Fantasy game. And I watched some of the anime. I've tried to get into it some, and it's just none of the characters are interesting. The story's not interesting. Some is like, I don't really have much reason to play this game.
It's still going to be really hard to beat. Is 6-3 in America?
I believe so. Yeah.
It's going to be hard to beat 6 and 7.
Yeah,
and I mean, I hate to say 7 because that's everybody's like, oh, but
it's that way for a reason.
7 was fucking amazing. That was I got 7. 7 was the first PlayStation game I ever owned, and that I legitimately remember, being like fucking. I think I was like 13 when Final Fantasy 7 come out. I legitimately remember being like hooked by a story in a video game for like one of the first times. Yeah. Final Fantasy 7 and Metal Gear Solid were two of the first games where I was just like, Christ, this is almost like playing a movie.
Yeah.
Like you want to know what happens next, and it inspires you to keep fucking playing. Some news I got. The company, hopefully, I don't have another. If I have another ad pop up from looking this up to get the name. I apologize. But there's a company, you were talking about for Christmas, you're doing the retro pie thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a company called Retro Engine Sigma that is putting out a console that is also called the Retro Engine Sigma. And it pretty much is a miniature Sega Genesis that can play every emulator on the market that's out. You can buy these things, too, starting out at $59. That comes with a normal controller. And they got all kinds of perks and packages where you can get multiple consoles and all that shit. But some of the perks, you get like a fucking USB PlayStation 3 controller. Some of them's got like a USB Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Some of them's got a USB SNES controller and all that stuff. And it comes also with a SD card slot, so you can add whatever you want. It's on Indiegogo, and it also can serve as a 4K media player.
Oh, that's cool.
So, it's kind of cool. You can get the base model for $59, and the deluxe model comes with HDMI cable, Bluetooth adapter, and twice the memory of the standard for like $89.
I'm wondering what the specs are on this thing. I was just looking it up to see.
The first thing our buddy Chase and Chandler commented on the post to me that hopefully Mike Kennedy isn't involved, and that was honestly that was the first thing I fucking did is I got on the Indiegogo campaign and checked out who the developers and all that shit were, because I wasn't gonna we've been through that shit one time, you know. We found out.
I'm sure Mike Kennedy's had a sex change and a name change. He's like Michelle.
Mike Kennedy's like trying to fucking engineer a better tomato right now. He's like, Mike Kennedy here. This tomato will make you have the nostalgic taste of all older tomatoes.
You can get it in 15 different colors.
My engineer right now is working on a clear plastic tomato that you can get. You fuck. I literally, though, that was one of the first things I did, was just see who was backing this campaign. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool looking, but I kind of think it's along the same lines, too. It's like, I don't think anybody's actually seen this fucking thing working yet. So... We'll see about that, I suppose.
Do you know when it's going to be available?
I think like May next year.
Okay.
Is when they said they were going to ship from the Kickstarter. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I know it's sometime next year. It's not within like 3 to 4 months from now.
Okay. Groovy.
I know that much. I know there was that. I know Last of Us Part 2 got announced since last time.
I haven't played the first one.
I've only played maybe 2 hours of the first one, and it's kind of one of those story kind of hooks you games. Like, it's pretty good from what little I played of it.
It's a zombie game, ain't it?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's like a virus is affecting the general population game. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't call them zombies,
right? But there's zombies.
The insinuation is there.
Yeah,
definitely. What little I played of it though is I mean, it's a good game. It's very linear. You know, it's one of those linear point A to point B games, but the story kind of grips you the way through it, I guess.
Cool. I saw that ZeniMax, owners of Bethesda, they're shutting down Doom RL, also known as Doom Roguelike. It's Doom Roguelike is a top-down roguelike where you play as Doom Guy, and you know, it's just a roguelike RPG, dungeon
like
crawler.
Diablo.
Yeah. They're shutting that down, so fuck you, ZeniMax and Bethesda. I went ahead and downloaded it just so...
Bethesda shuts that shit down, meanwhile releasing like the 15th version of revamped Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Skyrim 15.
yeah, it's bullshit. That I hate it when any company does this because it fucks over them as much as anyone else. Maybe people who like Doom are getting hot for Doom. Fuck if I know.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing that we talked last week about, that guy doing that fucking Link's Awakening fan hack. And Nintendo, as soon as that shit hits the web, Nintendo will axe it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
The best thing to do with this kind of shit...
Let it go. It's fucking generating hype for your bullshit.
I'm going to say to all 3 people who listen to this, if you know someone who's working on anything like this, the best way to go about it is work off nothing but Twitter and Facebook and release it via torrent. Just upload it to all the fucking torrent sites. Good luck shutting that shit down, Nintendo. Good luck shutting that down, Bethesda.
People actually got a fucking chance of getting the shit if you throw it up via torrent.
Yeah.
Throw it up on Pirate Bay or some shit.
If you have no base of operations, they can't really shut you down because you're amorphous. As soon as they shut part of you down, you've done congealed somewhere else. So.
That's true. You're like that really shitty scene in the 80s remake of The Blob where the guy's like, Sheriff, somebody needs to be here. He just looks up, the blob just drops down on him when the girl comes in. He's reaching for it, his arm just melts off.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
To the T.
Verbatim.
He's the guy who's made that though. He's got a Kickstarter for its spiritual successor called Jupiter Hell. Looks pretty cool. So if you like roguelikes, you might want to check it out. It's almost funded, so it's probably going to be funded. So if that's your thing, go check that out and download that while you can. You can just Google Doom RL and find it. He's got a cease and desist letter, so it's going to go whenever it goes.
Very nice. There's a couple new homebrews out that you can check out. There's one called Super Mario Bros. 3 called A New Journey that some guy's done. It's a complete ROM hack of Super Mario 3. And I've piddled with about maybe 20, 30 minutes. Maybe about 8 levels in. Pretty fucking wild. It's like Mario 3, but the difficulty factor is upped a little bit. And it adds a bunch of really random shit. Almost kind of like New Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. A
little bit. So that's a new one that's out. That's kind of cool to look forward to, I guess. And also there's if you've ever played the NES patch of Sonic the Hedgehog, somebody did a ROM hack of that. There's somebody, I can't think of the name. I think his name's Jabu, J-B-U. He's actually come out with a patch for that ROM, the Sonic the Hedgehog NES ROM, that makes it play more fluidly like the Genesis one now.
Okay.
So that's something kind of cool to get down on if you want to.
Or you just play Sonic on the Genesis.
You could do that,
yeah.
We're just trying to give those new experiences out. That's all we're trying to do. You son of a bitch.
I saw that Ben Vin, the manufacturer that created the Game Boy cartridge reader, is working on an LCD screen replacement for the Game Boy Color. It's backlit. So.
Oh, that'd be the tits.
Yeah. So hopefully in the future we'll have that available. And it's not going to be something that you just plug and play. You're going to have to open up your Game Boy and get a little dirty, but it should be, if it's done right, it should be fairly simple to do. If you can solder something, you can do it. That's
still one of the things I've wanted the most for a while now is there's the Japanese game magazine, I think it's called Famitsu was the name of it, but a while back, by a while back I mean like 15, 20 years ago, they offered a Game Boy Light you can mail in for, and all it was literally a Game Boy Pocket with a backlit screen.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And like that was a like licensed thing that never come out here. And they're really expensive now, but man, what a fucking great thing to own if you got one.
Yeah.
Because I mean I like Game Boy Color, but I still like Game Boy Pocket a little bit better because the Game Boy Pocket had such a crisp, like, straight black and white screen, no contrast button, none of that shit. I mean, it did, but, not where Not like yellow and green and black like the
Yeah.
original Game Boy. Which, I mean, I'll take anything I get. Game Boy is still one of my favorite consoles.
No, I think it's
Of all
still the
time.
most played handheld console of all time.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Game Boy's still got a higher ranking than like DS and shit.
And hell,
It lasted fucking, what, 15
long time.
years?
Of course, I wonder. The DS to me would be hard to categorize in that because what do you consider the DS? Do you consider the DS all the way through 3DS? Because there's so many fucking versions of everything.
Yeah. 3DS, 2DS, 3DS XL,
DSi, DSX, or DSXL or whatever, the large one. Fuck, there's a million versions.
I'm glad I didn't. I almost bought a DSi, and I'm really glad I didn't.
I did, but I didn't have a DS at the time, so it wasn't that bad.
Well, yeah, that's fine. See, I had an original. I had a DS Lite. I didn't have the original DS.
Yeah.
I had the DS Lite.
If I would have
My
bought the
grandfather
DSi,
bought for me.
if I would have bought the DSi for an upgrade, yeah, I would have been disappointed. But just, I was getting into the DS at the time. DSi was a good starting point.
So that's how my cousin Alex was. He bought a DSi and literally had it like 2 months, and then had a 3DS.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, man, what a bummer.
Yeah.
But
I still want a 3DS that lacks the 3D capabilities and is sold a little cheaper. I know there's the 2DS, but it don't fold up. It's a piece of shit.
that's how mine is at this point. My 3D sliders broke on my 3DS, and my 3D does not work at all now. Which doesn't matter because literally I guess just... I mean, I have a good sight and all that shit, but like literally looking at 3DS on a 3D, or 3D on a 3DS, it fucking hurts my head.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like games like Link Between Worlds, they're literally built for the 3D function. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I won't say they're built for it, but they're built with intended 3D use.
So like
there's boss battles, for example. The second boss battle in Link Between Worlds is this. It's like spinning plates with a mouth.
Uh-huh.
And if you attack it the first time and hit it, it'll stack up taller and keep spinning. And what you have to do is there's an item you got that's like a wind rod, and you gotta blow wind and go up, and what it does is it makes this thing spin counterclockwise and knocks it dizzy pretty much. And it blows you up on top of it and you can attack it. But this thing ends up stacking like 5 to 6 levels high at one point, and that's where the 3D effect really comes into play on that, because the higher it stacks, like you visibly, can see how high this thing's stacking up and shit like that. Just like little things like that meant to use, the 3D function, I guess. Link Between Worlds is one of the best games ever. You motherfuckers need to check it out. Now. But
got any other news?
That's
it for me.
Very, very little. So that's it. Here's another news break. If you don't like our news break, fuck you. Make your own. You assholes.
So what we gonna talk about now, Law?
I don't know. Are we to the main part of our episode, technically?
I reckon.
I kind of figured, instead of just like a random game, because I've played a lot of shit this week, but I kind of thought about talking a little bit about, since we're getting close to Christmas, kind of maybe Christmas memories / whoa, something making noise, ain't it?
Is your phone up here? Okay. I don't know.
That wasn't my phone.
Well, it's done now, so.
I got a metal phone up, or metal pin up here. Maybe.
Continue!
I was thinking about talking about a little bit of some Mortal Kombat, or Christmas memories, or something like that. I don't know. What game are you talking about?
I'm not talking about a game. So
You're not talking about a game neither?
no.
Well, maybe we're not going to have a real video game centered episode.
Well, it's going to be about video games, but it's not about a game.
Well, I thought I'm probably going to end up talking about Mortal Kombat. Because I've played a lot of Mortal Kombat.
You want me to talk? You want to go ahead?
You talk.
Okay. I was going to talk about some retro gaming gifts, because by the time this comes out, you'll have a couple weeks. And you may want to get something for somebody, or you may want to get something for yourself, because fuck everyone else. Both are cool, man.
That's how I feel a majority of the time.
My mic is slowly drooping.
Fuck all of y'all, I'm going to drink another beer.
Alright, so I got a few ideas on here. One of them is what I'm getting for all my nieces and nephews. Yeah, thank you. I'll take a beer.
I'm going to give Brandon a beer, too. Merry Christmas,
That's
Brandon.
the best Christmas gift right there.
Hey, I guess we're going to talk about Christmas shit tonight. Kinda.
Alright. What I'm getting, what I've put together and about got it 100% working for my nieces and nephews is a Raspberry Pi 3 with a recall box installed on it. There's a few ways you can go about it, but Raspberry Pi, if you don't know, it's a little computer.
It's a
size
credit card size.
A little bit bigger, but it fits in the palm of your hand. If you go with the Pi 3, it's got 4 USB slots on it. It's got Ethernet, HDMI out, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. It's got a decent processor on it. 1 gigabyte of RAM. You know, for the size of the thing, it's fairly beefy.
It's essentially a fucking Lego Land PC.
Yeah, and it's only $35. You can buy one of these things, and you're gonna want to get a case for it, a power supply for it, and a good certified power supply. You don't want to get some piece of shit for it.
Burn your whole fucking house down.
Yeah, or burn out your Raspberry Pi. But you can get the whole setup. All those things for like $50 to $60. You're gonna want an SD card. I recommend at least a 16 gigabyte micro SD card, and you're gonna want controllers. If you're like me, I'm gifting it to kids, so I just got some cheap SNES controllers, USB SNES controllers. If you're gonna go with the cheap route, I recommend going with the Tommy brand SNES controllers. When it comes to cheap shit for retro gaming, Tommy's about the best.
You talking about like TOMY, Tommy?
TOMEE.
Okay. Yeah, see, there's like two, so I wanted to clarify that.
Everything I've like compared to Tommy's always a little bit better. It's always like $1 or $2 more, but it's worth it. It's not quite the bottom of the barrel stuff. It's more bang for your buck type of deal.
Yeah.
So the Tommy controllers, they're not awful. They're not the best. They're a little squishy, I guess you could say, but they work. And for the money, that you can't really beat it. I think I got 2 of them for like total of $10, maybe less.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah, and I also bought a couple of like $2 USB extensions, so they got like 10 feet of cord now. Also, in regards to Tommy, if you're wanting to get any of those 3-in-1 power supplies for the NES, SNES, and Genesis, go with Tommy. They're the only one out of all the ones I've ever looked up that have enough voltage for SNES. All the other ones undervolt an SNES, and you risk damaging your system on it. So, and also if you compare them hand in hand, the other ones, they're light as hell. There's nothing inside of them, even though they got the big brick case.
Yeah,
the Tommies are heavy.
It ain't got the heaviness to fucking confirm,
right?
To unconfirm its shittiness.
Yeah. And here's a part of the reason. There's a lot more shit inside the Tommy. The Tommies have a actual safety resistor. I mean, a safety fuse, like most things like that should have.
Yeah.
Where if it gets too much voltage through there, it's gonna pop the fuse and stop working. The shitty other ones, they've
just burn your fucking house down.
Instead of a fuse, they've got a resistor in place. And you know what resistors do when you put heat through them? Yeah, they get hot.
They burn the fuck up rather quick, like.
So I recommend if you're going cheap route, go. Tommy is the cheapest you want to go. You can go more expensive too. You can go with the 8-bit DOE controllers; they're great. You can go with the official Xbox or PlayStation controllers. You could go with the cheap knockoff PlayStation controllers. This is the Chinese knockoffs. I've read mixed reports about them things working though. About getting them to work with the Bluetooth.
Let's say I That funny you say that. I know somebody that not too long ago, it's been about 3 or 4 months, they were like talking about, they were bitching about how PS3 controllers, PS4 has been out for a minute now. PS3 controllers are still 60 to 70 bucks a piece. And they got on the internet and found one for like 14, 15 bucks on eBay. They say they got back and it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're talking about how bad the latency and shit is on it, like, hit the X button, it's literally like a fucking half a second to a second delay.
Oh, shit.
Before anything. I'm just like, that kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really do your research if you're going to cheap out on the controller. Because not only is the controller, it might be a piece of shit, but the software you're going to be putting on the Raspberry Pi might not work with it. It might not recognize it. So that's been part of my problem. I was going to get a couple wireless controllers for them, and then I found out that it was going to be
doesn't
iffy.
work with Raspberry Pi.
Not with the Recall Box software that I'm using. It was iffy. I saw mixed reports. Some people had trouble, some people didn't. So I was like, this is a gift I'm doing for someone else. I just want it to fucking work. I don't want to send problems at them.
Yeah. Sorry to hiccup.
But there's two main softwares you can load on the Raspberry Pi for your retro gaming. You can go with RetroPie, which is the most common name you hear is RetroPie. Then there's Recall Box. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. Recall Box is very simple. I had it up and going pretty quick. I just downloaded the OS, put it on SD card, put it in the Raspberry Pi, started it up, then I just loaded my ROMs over the network. RetroPie, from what I've seen and read, it requires a lot of tinkering with. But the RetroPie is more customizable. So if you're getting it for yourself and you like tinkering with this kind of shit and really customizing the fuck out of it, go with the RetroPie. If you just want to get something that works and plays fucking games, go with the Recall Box. The RetroPie, to me, getting it exactly how you want, kind of is reminiscent of Hyperspin. It's the Philosopher's Stone of retro gaming. Like, you're always going to be working towards it and making a little progress, but you're never going to get it exactly how you need it to be.
23 years and I'm still toiling away at this arcade game.
Yeah, at some point you gotta realize, I just want to play a fucking game. Recall Box, one of the biggest drawbacks I found in it, though, is it's made by a bunch of Frenchies, and a lot of the support is in French.
Careful.
It's not as popular as RetroPie either, because RetroPie has been out a whole lot longer. So there's just not as much support for it.
Bulu Cachet, fuck me.
Another thing about the Recall Box is it doesn't work out of the box with the Raspberry Pi's Bluetooth. They've got an update coming that they've promised will, but when that comes, I don't know. And even then, the Raspberry Pi 3's Bluetooth is notorious for having problems with controllers. So you may just want to get a Bluetooth dongle anyways and plug in. Yeah, that's about it. The whole setup I bought for my nieces and nephews was $85 with the controllers, and now that I've pretty much got it set up, I'm gonna save an image of my SD card. So if I ever decide to build another one, either for myself or anyone else, I'll just copy the SD card over and I'm done.
Well, me and you talked about you building me one. God damn it, I got hiccups.
It's all that drinking.
Brandon, what can I do to stop this?
You could suck dick.
Pull it out, I guess. I don't know. I'm interested in having one.
Well, I brought it tonight, so we can hook it up if you want to check it out.
I kind of thought about wanting to get one. I got that Famicom, that's pretty much dead. And I thought about maybe trying to get that bitch.
It won't be too hard. There's getting the controllers, the ports where you want them, or that kind of thing. This a Dremel tool and a electric drill, and you're good. That's pretty much all the tools you need.
That'd be badass.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one gift idea. About $85, you can do that for somebody. If you want a ready to go image, I looked for some. I didn't find any that was satisfactory. So if you want one from me, I'll be happy to share you my image. But yeah, if you want to spend some more money than that, though, you can get some on the Retro Freak. Retro Freak runs about $210. Comes with
it's so sexy though, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fucking sexy. It's worth it, I think.
Yeah, I want one. It comes. It's another retro console that's a multi-system console. It comes with an SNES clone controller. It has ports for original system controllers though, for the Famicom or NES, the SNES, Super Famicom, Genesis, and TurboGrafx.
One thing you might not add to that though, it does not play NES.
It don't?
No.
Okay.
It's only like European and Japanese shit.
That's fucked.
Well, I think I read though it could play NES if you have like a reverse adapter.
Okay.
Like God damn it! I gotta stop hiccuping. Famicom to NES, I think it'll play.
Okay.
But everything else though, I'm pretty sure is region unlocked.
Yeah, it should be.
Like Sega, Turbo, and all that. I just, NES has got the pins are different.
Yeah.
On NES and Famicom. God damn it.
Why don't you say this one out loud?
I'm just gonna, you talk. I'm just gonna try to stop hiccuping.
But yeah, it plays 11 systems. Famicom, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, Genesis.
Say the best one.
PC Engine, TurboGrafx.
Yeah!
Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Super Graphics.
TurboGrafx, PC Engine.
And I think there's one more. I don't know. You can rip the games onto an SD card or back up the save games on your existing cartridges. It's something I don't think I mentioned yet. You plug the cartridges into it. So
there's a new model Retro Freak though now that has a hard drive in it.
Really?
That you can plug the games in and rip the game to the hard drive.
That's nice.
And it detaches from the console, and you can carry it with you.
It's something I haven't looked up yet. I've been meaning to, and I'm sure you can. I was wondering if you could just load ROMs on the SD card and go. I'm sure you can. There's got to be a way. And it also works with modern gamepads like the DualShock 4, that kind of thing. So if you want to use like an Xbox 360 controller or something that can kind of play every single system out there without having to change everything a whole lot, you could do that too. So that's the expensive gift right there. On the cheap end, more of a stocking stuffer type thing, you can get someone the 8-bit Do Zero controller. Have you seen those?
Maybe.
They're tiny ass Super Nintendo clone controllers that are Bluetooth. I mean, they're like maybe 2.5, 3 inches long. I mean, they're really small, but they're also, from everything I've read and seen, they're comfortable to use.
I was gonna say, are they actually like fitting to use?
Yeah, despite they're being small, they're fairly comfortable to use. It's something that I wouldn't get it for someone, say, for the RetroPie, because that's something you're going to sit down and play a lot of time with. And, and you're probably going to experience hand cramps or something. But for something you can slide in your pocket.
You almost said hand cramps.
Yeah, hand cramps.
Oh, my hand is cramping so hard right now.
But as small as it is, you could put it on a fucking keychain and take it with you. And you want to play a cell phone game without shitty touchscreen controls, whip that bad boy out. It's Bluetooth. Start playing a game on your phone. Start playing all your emulators on your phone.
Why wait till a Nintendo Switch comes out?
Yeah. So, and it's only $10 to $20 depending on where you get it from. So it's very reasonable. Another idea is, a lot of people frown on this, but fuck a lot of people. Chinese reproductions of video games.
Yes.
You can go on AliExpress.com, and I mean, you can find any big money game. You can get you a reproduction of it, and it'll work. It'll play the game.
You think you should tell these people this?
Yeah, because fuck it, I don't give a shit. Anybody who's looking to scam probably knows about this.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. We're not telling you this to scam shit.
No,
we're telling you this to have a viable reason to play a game that you might otherwise not get to play.
Yeah, like, me being such an Earthbound fan, I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for a game.
Earthbound, do you want to pay $500 for Wild Guns?
No.
Exactly. And do you want to play Wild Guns?
And you know what? I wanted Wild Guns at Game Fest. I bought a Wild Guns repro, and Wild Guns was at fucking Game Fest.
And it fooled people at Game Fest. People were like, I can't believe y'all are putting Wild Guns on this. I'm like, me neither. We're crazy.
Like used car salesman. We're crazy.
We're so crazy. I'm huffing my own shit fumes.
But the way you get them straight, without serious effort, you're not going to fool any collector into thinking it's a real deal.
Any collector knows their shit can look at the label and tell you when you're fucking approaching them with a repro.
Yeah, this is if you wanted to do 100% clone, you would have to buy the reproduction cartridge, gut it, take the circuit board out,
find a separate label.
Yeah, go get you a high quality label made. Get a other cartridge, original cartridge. Take the game out of that and put yours in it. Put the new label on it, and even then, you're gonna have to put some weight in it or something because those circuit boards do not weigh the same.
And by that point, you might as well buy the fucking actual, unless you're God damn it, can't stop hiccuping. Unless you're buying like a $500 or $600 game,
Yeah.
But if it's like $200 game, at that point you're better off just buying the actual fucking game.
and if you're gonna do this to scam somebody, you're more than likely gonna make yourself look like a jackass.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
But for just being able to relive these games on the systems they're meant to, the way they're meant to, that's the best way to do it, other than really forking out cash for it. So I recommend it a lot. One thing about AliExpress, when you order, it's probably going to be 2 months before you fucking see it. You'll forget you ever ordered it, and then you'll see it. So if you're wanting to do this for someone's Christmas, you're fucked.
Yeah, you might as well tell them, well, you'll get it for Valentine's Day.
I'm sure you can get some quicker shipping, but you're going to pay for it. The last gift I did, I couldn't really think of anything else, but this goes along the same line as some of these others. Wii's right now are dirt fucking cheap. I mean, you can hardly give the motherfuckers away.
Actually, I seen where somebody bought a bunch of the Wii Minis, that come out 2 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
That the Wii Minis don't have any internet connectivity.
Right, no GameCube.
They're black and red, and they're very odd shaped. I know somebody that bought 8 or 9 of those, thinking they were going to be worth a shitload of money. $40 a piece. Okay. I'm tempted to buy one because they're still sealed. And I'm tempted to buy one and literally put in my fucking closet and not touch for the next 20 years.
Yeah. And
if I live 20 years.
And for something like that, the no internet is actually a plus.
Yeah.
Because it ain't going to fuck around looking for...
You know what another great console was that didn't have any internet access? It was going to take it back to original... God damn hiccups! Originality?
What's that?
The Coleco Chameleon. I can tell you where you can buy 3 of those right now.
Where at?
My buddy's shop. His name is Mike, and he's in dire need of a kidney transplant.
But yeah, you can get Wii's. I don't know if you can mod the minis, but I know the original Wii's, it's very easy to mod them to play retro games. I mean, you could pick up a Wii for probably $20 if you look around.
Dude, there are people charging $75.
Oh, it's ridiculous. And you can do it in 5 steps if you just look up.
Yeah, all you need is a fucking good
SD card.
SD card and a little bit of know-how, and that's it.
Yeah, it's all as simple as it can be. I mean, I'm sure there's YouTube videos that'll walk you through it. You just load the shit on an SD card. You can load it with all the WiiWire you want. You can load it with all the emulators you want. And guess what? It also acts as a Wii and a GameCube for $20. If you want to go the cheap route and get someone that can do a whole lot of shit, do that.
There's so much you can do.
Yeah.
With the Wii. Like, I mean, the Wii's not the greatest console, but for what you can pay for it right now and what it's capable of, it's super easy to mod. God damn it. I can't stop hiccuping. It's super easy to mod. And on top of that, there's actually a bunch of good games for the Wii.
And they're cheap, unless you go on Nintendo titles.
Bunch of shitty games for the Wii, but there's a bunch of good ones.
There are. Like I said, except for Nintendo brand titles, most of the other titles are dirt cheap, and there's a lot of good ones hidden in all that shit. So, yeah, that's a good way to go. Just mod a Wii for somebody.
The fact too, you can play GameCube games on it. Like,
yeah,
you're technically getting 2 consoles in one. There's a reason the Wii was the favorite console among the White House, and that's why. Don't let that deter you. But
I mean, you could set it up to play every single Nintendo game from the beginning all the way through the Wii.
Yeah, rather easily.
Yeah, so that's not a bad way to go. A lot of people kind of underestimate that because Wii's are so overdone, but it's a viable thing to do.
Wii's and like original Xboxes are two that are just like super simple to get fixed up, and people don't realize that.
Yeah.
It just the whole modern Wii thing just beguiles me because there's so many people now that are charging like
Craigslist, especially
$75.
This Wii plays 12,000 games, so I'm selling it for $300. What a steal! Like, no, the amount of illegal games on it does not increase the price.
No shit. Like, since when did motherfuckers stop? When did they start making money off these ROMs and shit they make? Like,
apparently it has to be working because this shit's everywhere so hard.
That's like the big...
If I was a multi-millionaire, and because I'm a spiteful person, I would probably just start up ads online like, I'll do it for free. Fuck those guys. Bring me a Wii, I'll do it for free. Because I don't like them.
I mean, if you had enough money, that would be great. But
I had enough money to sit at home and do whatever I want, yeah.
Just the whole, like... You know, we do what we do because of retro gaming. And we love it. We have a passion for it. But god damn it, it's just kind of like the more people I meet that are in retro gaming, the more it turns me away from it. Like, I've met a couple people here recently that are pretty much asking... You know, we're talking about not like... For a retro gamer, a gamer that I guess consistently has everything, you could say. Because somebody like us that's a fucking legit gamer that may have a PC or something like that, they know about the facts of emulators and ROMs.
Yeah.
What they can get and what they can't. You know, layman gamers don't know that shit. And, you know, that goes back to the reason why these people are paying fucking $300 and $400 for a goddamn modded Wii and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And all that. And, like, I don't know, man. It just, to a certain end, it drives me fucking crazy. Because there's a lot of people I know that don't legitimately know shit about video games. And, you know, this NES Classic coming out or all this shit. Or maybe they just randomly break their old Nintendo out and play Mario. And just instantly they're like, well, Nintendo's going to do this, Nintendo's going to do that. Video games are going this way. And I'm just like, god damn it, nobody has a definite definition for what things are doing right now, I don't guess.
Yeah. No one's a video game meteorologist.
Yeah, exactly. Like... Yeah, retro games are fucking really popular right now. They really are. Mm-hmm. You know, like, there's a new Shovel Knight coming out and all this shit. And, you know, I say Shovel Knight because Shovel Knight was one of the first, I guess, retro-inspired games to come out to kind of really, vitalize, I guess.
Yeah, it got really popular.
Yeah. And you know, I'm kind of happy that retro gaming's popular in a sense. As far as being a collector, I'm not. But, I mean, I don't...
Miss the days where you go to a yard sale and get up a whole box of games for $1.
Not happening
Yeah.
anymore at all.
Even though I will say I go to our thrift store about once a week usually because I'll come home from college, have a few minutes. I'll stop by on the way. I got like 4 or 5 SNES games for $1 each. And I got 2 copies of Super Mario World. I ended up just eBaying those because I already had it. But,
Nice.
yeah, there's some deals you can get out there still.
Oh, yeah, like...
I didn't get no fucking Earthbound for
You're not
$1.
going to find no rare games,
No.
but I mean, if it's even basic Marios or Zeldas, like, that's still money.
Yeah.
Easily. I don't know, like, I love retro games. I guess I hate a lot of the people involved
the
with like,
douchebags.
retro gaming.
The people who try and rip people off and the people who try to pretend they are what they aren't.
Yeah, I guess that's more my deal, because I know people that play video games now. Excuse me. And I blatantly remember them years ago talking shit about people playing games. And now, like, I don't know, it's like video gaming, especially retro gaming, is just so uber trendy right now.
As part of me, every time I drive through Coleman, I'm like, where are you Pokemaniacs at?
Yeah, like, no shit.
You know, all so much about hashtag Team Valor a few months ago. Now,
nothing.
No one
Not
gives a
a
fuck.
goddamn thing. You know why? Because Pokemon Go sucks nuts.
It does.
Like, what a bastardization. Like, that's all it is. It was just like, man, let's take a Pokemon game and extended people don't play video games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? You fucking catering to that crowd proved. Like, well, they didn't play video games. Why cater to them? Like,
They made their buck off it, though. I'll give them that.
oh, yeah, they made that quick buck, but that's it. And, you know, when the Gen 2 comes out, they'll make more money off
It'll
that
revive
shit.
it for a little while, but then people, instead of being bored of catching the same Rattata on their street every day for, 2 weeks straight, they'll get bored of
whatever one of the next Pokemon are.
Yeah.
I don't know anything past 151 other than like Togepi.
I know
That's about
151, then I know Diamond and Pearl, whatever gen that is, and that's it.
I don't even know that. Does like the shit Nintendo's doing kind of worry you a little bit? Like, I know we got Switch which come out, but I mean, are you legitimately just kind of worried about Nintendo a little?
Yeah, a little bit. I think they're trying to find where they need to be in this market. So they obviously don't really have a firm grasp of what they need to be doing.
No, they don't, because Pokemon Go is on fucking Android and iOS. Super Mario Run,
And they also,
iOS only.
They're also getting almost nothing off Pokemon Go.
Well, that's true. A lot of people don't realize Nintendo owns, I think it's like maybe 20-30% of
HAL Laboratories, and they're only getting a percentage from the other company,
Nintendoc or what?
Yeah.
Nintendoc or Niantic,
Niantic, or the thing,
Niantic,
whatever. So yeah,
I mean, not for us, but for somebody, that was a great idea.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna talk about. I've been playing a lot more Kombat X.
What you been doing on Mortal Kombat?
I bought Leatherface last night, dude.
You?
I'm not gonna fucking lie. I know Leatherface has problems, but when he gets beat, he's goes. It's so goddamn funny. And then when he does an X-ray or like a combo move, he'll like stab him. He just constantly flicks his tongue and goes the whole time. And special people screaming like that just kind of cracks me up on a video game. Not in real life, because I'm an asshole. But well, yeah, I am. But,
Yeah, you are.
yeah.
He's not laughing in their face about it.
Yeah.
All of us laugh on the inside.
I just want to be like, ha ha, you're retarded.
Yeah.
I won't do that at all. But I mean, that's how I feel watching that shit on Mortal Kombat X because he's a simple man with simple dreams and a hammer. That dude, I feel like a piece of shit. Like I've been slacking on video games this week. I played Stardew Valley, same shit I've been playing, and like fucking around with Mortal Kombat. I'm waiting on a couple things to come out though. I'm gonna get Resident Evil 7 just because I'm a Resident Evil fan. And that's kind of supposedly like taking it back to basics, I guess. So I just started a new. I'm playing Link Between Worlds now again.
Groovy.
I'm trying to go through and beat it on Legendary or Hero mode, and it is fucking frustrating.
I know something that we may want to do this month while I'm out of college. We've been wanting to do Chrono Trigger for a while.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe next week be good. They give me something to play this week.
Yeah, I can probably knock out Chrono Trigger in a week.
I think I could do that. Maybe. If I can, I can just ask you,
you
motherfucker. So I know we've talked about this before. Brandon come over to my house one time, and I'd been Final Fantasy 7 fucking around for a while, and got to a ghost boss, couldn't beat it. And I'm just like, God damn it, about ready to give us a game up. Brandon's like, throw a Phoenix down on it. And I'm like, what? He's like, it's dead. It's gonna throw a Phoenix down on it. So we lay it down with old sexy Phoenix down, and guess what? It fucking lays down. And I'm just like, fuck you, Brandon. Fuck your mouth. Get out of my house.
And I was fucked.
And
from then on, the rest of my life, I was fucked.
The fucking did happen from there on out. But it did, literally. I'd spent like 3 weeks dealing with that motherfucker, and you throw a goddamn Phoenix down on it, it's like, it just disappears. I'm just like, God damn it. This is why I'm going to die in my 40s. Hopefully not, but at this point, I'll take anything. God damn it. You've always been the supreme Puya of fucking RPGs, yeah.
I've always been the supreme autism of RPGs, like, because I just obsess over
Jill Stein!
I've always obsessed over them, like, to the point where I just overanalyze everything. That was the first time I've seen Final Fantasy VII over there, and I was like, oh, it's undead. Phoenix Downs revive people. Try that. And it fucking worked.
It's amazing. Like, who the fuck else would think of that shit? Like, I didn't. I guess I'm just a retard, but I'm a simpleton. Dude, one of the things I want to do is as kooky as it sounds, I got that storm pit. I noticed me and Emerald was cleaning it out a couple weeks ago before all the storms got bad and shit. I got that big ass tube going on top of it. My dad's got a wood burning stove. He's like been trying to give me, and I'm just like, I need to run a tube out of that. We need to play D&D down that motherfucker one night. Just shut the door. Like, play D&D in a little fucking spider infested storm pit. That'd be kind of amazing.
You're being attacked by a giant spider. Oh, I need to roll initiative.
Wait,
no, you're really being attacked by a giant spider.
Is this reality or a game? You can roll a D12 to kick that fucking thing in the face, but I'd recommend getting the fuck out of here.
Hey, that's another gift idea. You can get the D&D 5e starter set for like $10-15.
I think it's 20 at Books A Million.
Well, Books A Million's a fucking asshole. So.
That's true. That's
true. The starter set's like $10-15, I think, and it doesn't come with an actual player's handbook, but it comes with pre-made characters, a good adventure module, the Lost Mines of Phandelver. It's what I'm running for my kids right now, and what else? It comes with some dice and the basic rules to get playing. And there might have been something else in there. It's worth every fucking penny of it just for the adventure module, because that gave me an opportunity to play with them without having to make my own campaign material. And, I just pick it up and run it for them. That's a good way for me to spend time with them. But it's a good gift idea. It's a good nerdy gift. I'm probably gonna get some for my nieces and nephews because they're all about that hunting and fishing. They need a little nerd in their life.
Oh yeah, everybody needs that little go-to place.
Yeah.
When you ain't out there catching the bass and when you ain't out there slaving the deer, you need to be in there being a queer. Get nerdy, I meant. God damn it, I don't need to drink and record ever again. That's okay, though.
So you got anything else before we close it out?
Not really. I just thought we could bullshit tonight for a little bit. We're already, I mean, we're an hour and 10 in, so that's all good.
Well, we didn't have no voicemails this week, so...
That's your fault, not ours. That's your goddamn fault. That's your perjury.
You can give us a call, 682-777-4663. Because we didn't get any calls this week, something awful happened.
For those of you who haven't called the show, a warning.
The pussies will run.
If you do not call, you will awaken Satan, and infants shall fall from the sky. Bears will feast on the slow and the witless. Vaginas will turn to stone. Serpents rise from the ground, fly into your sphincter and bite. Demons will travel back in time and rape your father. Hell, Satan! You've been warned.
Hell, fucking Satan.
Dude, get shit done.
No shit. God wants things done. Satan gets shit done. God just kind of like, if you wouldn't do that again, that'd help me out. Satan just like, you'd fuck that bitch in the ass 1,000 more times, it'd be great. I got a pillar of fucking fire and lava down here waiting on your motherfucking ass. If you will fuck that bitch to death, I'll give you a bigger pillar and a bigger log of hell to sit on.
A good characters and label them. God would be Mr. Lumbergh from Office Space, and Satan would be Jules from Pulp Fiction.
God's just like, yeah, if you cannot do that,
if you could come in on Sunday,
that if you could come and celebrate the Sabbath with us on Saturday or Sunday, that'd be great. Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna have to see you here on Sunday. That'd be great. The devils was just like, looks like somebody's got a curse on Monday. I just imagine Satan would just kind of be like, what'd you do yesterday, Mark? Well, God told me I better stay at home and not sin. He was like, oh, God, fucked up.
Let's set this place on fucking fire.
Whoa, we're going to burn this shit down. Come on. Hell yeah, literally. I'm probably going to go to hell.
That's cool.
If it really is real, sounds like it'd be a rocking time. Pantera will be there. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah,
yeah.
Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/GoodOldGamersPodcast. Twitter @GoodOldGamers.
Find us on our Facebook, Good Old Gamers Podcast. You
Again.
can find us. God damn it, you did say Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been a piece of shit day. I've drank all day.
Email us, Brandon @GoodOldGamers.com, Lyle @GoodOldGamers.com, or podcast @GoodOldGamers.com.
Find us on Stitcher.
Lyle, do you check your email?
Every now and then.
Okay, I was wondering.
I haven't had it. Nobody likes me, so nobody sends me shit. They like you. They don't like me.
No one likes me either.
I'm just here to introduce the episode. That's apparently all I fucking do.
You sing a bitch in the intro.
I have decided if I do kill myself at some point, I'm going to do it on air. I'm going to do it on a podcast. I'm going to break new ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to break my head with a bullet.
I don't know. I think
That's a
you
joke, yo.
You should
Merry
use a hammer
Christmas.
to kill yourself. That'd be impressive. You can beat yourself
I
to death
got
with
one.
a hammer.
I got a rubber hammer somewhere that would just be entertaining to watch for
that
somebody.
rubber mallet right there.
Booyah! You found it. Could you imagine somebody like beating themselves to death with one of those?
Oh yeah.
It's even got my name on it, so I mean, nobody be confused. If they showed up, they're like, "Well, he did it to himself."
Ivor Law's dead.
I'm just. That hurts really bad. I would never recommend anybody beat themselves to death with a rubber mallet. But if you do want to kill yourself, I mean, it would work. I'm just telling you. I don't advocate it, but I wouldn't mind watching you do it.
But yeah, that's about it, I reckon.
I guess so. We'll be back at you next weekend. Maybe
On Tuesday. New and improved Tuesday releases.
Yeah, that is right. We're coming out on Tuesdays. No more.
There's not a week delay anymore.
Yeah, at least you have a fucking whole week now to like listen to our shit. If you don't listen to our shit, well, you know, Brandon tells you to go fuck yourself again in the episode. So that still applies at the end of the episode. Just because it says the beginning don't mean you can't do it at the end. All that shit we done told you where to find us. Our webpage is the main thing, goodoldgamers.com. Check us out there. Send us shit if you don't like us. Fuck you, don't send us anything. You obviously don't give a goddamn about us because you didn't send us anything this week.
If you want to get yourself or someone else an excellent present, visit goodoldgamers.com/swag.
Swag. We got t-shirts, we got shot glasses, we got hoodies.
There's still a t-shirt on there that I completely took all the pricing I could out of it, so it's the lowest price you can get it while the getting's good. Yeah.
That's something we haven't promoted in a while.
Yeah.
But get on there and hook us up. And if you don't want to buy our swag, you know, my address is 2704 1339 County Road. If I'm in Alabama, send whatever you want to. Brandon, if you want to give your address on there, you can do that. I have a feeling I fucked up because I'm probably going to get a Unabomber gift now.
Like, my address is 123 Go Fuck Yourself Avenue.
If you send him, Brandon sends dick pics back for every gift he gets.
If you just send it to return to sender, that's where.
Indeed. That'll yield you results quicker than anything.
Yeah.
We'll be back at you next weekend, though. And until then, I guess, fuck. Game over, man.
Game over.
Please don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you.